Hi everyone, my name is Kate, welcome back to my wondernetting channel, and today we're going to crochet this beautiful summer top. This top is really easy to make, even a beginner can cope with it because I used the basic regular stitches. This top feels so dreamy, so feminine, so gorgeous. I really love it. As you can see on this top I used two types of yarn. The first one on the main part, it's milk cotton I think, or maybe acrylic yarn, multicolored yarn, and the bottom part of this top it's the fine cotton yarn. I recommend use multicolored hand-dyed yarn for the top part too because it really looks good, especially with combination of one color yarn. Can you imagine, I found this multicolored yarn in offline Vietnamese yarn store and it was the cheapest yarn I've ever bought. It looks like a garden with flowers. Because of the green, baby yellow, baby pink colors, this is the dream yarn. And it was so cheap. I will show you the label of this yarn. I don't know the name of this yarn because it's all in Chinese, but I hope you will find it by picture, maybe on Pinterest or on Amazon or whatever you like to buy yarn. You can see this twist here. If you don't like it, you can make regular tube top without this twist, or you can make a little gathering using a little thread right over here, and it will be beautiful too. As I said, this top is really easy to make, so let's get started. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video and leave your comment. It will help others to see this video too. I would really appreciate that. So let's get started. We're gonna need some yarn. I used about 1.5 skeins of this colorful yarn. Like I said, I'm not really sure what material it is because everything written in Chinese. It's probably milk cotton or maybe acrylic. The label looks like this. It says Yahlav. Maybe that's the brand name, I don't know. I'll show you everything that's written on the label. If anyone knows what it says, please let me know in the comments. Also, I'm not even sure if it's Chinese, it might be Japanese, sorry if I'm wrong. We'll also need some thin cotton yarn size fine, about 0.5–0.8 millimeters. For hooks you'll need one that's a bit bigger for the acrylic or milk cotton yarn. You can use a 4.5 millimeters hook, and then you'll need another hook that's a bit smaller for the thin cotton yarn. I recommend going down one size, so about 3.5 or 3 millimeters. And of course you'll need some scissors too. First, we need to make a chain of air loops the usual way. This chain should fit nicely around your bust, not too tight, not too loose. I'm going to make a chain of 100 stitches. Once you are done, check the length. Mine is about 74 centimeters right now. We're not going to join it in a circle yet. For now, we'll just crochet a rectangle going up. So, add one extra chain at the end, and we'll start each row the same way. Insert your hook into the second chain from the hook and make a single crochet. Grab the yarn, pull it out, and crochet 2 loops on the hook. Then, into the front loop of that single crochet right over here, make another single crochet on top. So it's basically single crochet on single crochet. This way every row will start the same and you'll get nice straight edges. You can put a marker on top of this single crochet so you will know where the row started. After that, we'll switch to working with half double crochets as usual. Yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pull it out, and crochet 3 loops together. Then into the next loop, yarn over again, insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull it out, crochet 3 loops on the hook. That's half double crochet. Just keep going along the whole chain with half double crochets. This yarn is really beautiful. I hope you can find something similar because the color in real life is just amazing. I finished the chain all the way to the end. I'm not adding any extra chains, I just turn my work and go straight into the first stitch with my hook and make a single crochet on top of single crochet. The first single crochet, then insert the hook into the first loop of that single crochet and make another single crochet. Like I mentioned before, we'll start every row like this to keep the edge of the top nice and straight. Then I'll just keep going with regular half double crochets until the end of the row. And don't forget to crochet into that last stitch at the end. That's the one where we did the single crochet on top of single crochet. If it's easier for you, you can put a stitch marker on the first stitch so you don't forget to work into it. That's it, we'll just keep making a simple rectangle upwards until it's wide enough to cover your bust. Make as many rows as you want. I keep trying it on myself to see where to stop, and after that we'll twist at the top like this and keep crocheting downwards. So far I've done 18 rows. The height is about 17 centimeters and the width of the top folded in half is about 40 centimeters. Now we are going to take one end of the top and give it a little twist like this. Then we are going to join the edges together. You can join them using any stitch you like. I'm going to use single crochets. I insert my hook into each row and make one single crochet in each. So grab the loop, pull it out, make chain 1, then insert the hook into the same place and make one single crochet. Then insert the hook into the next row and make another single crochet. Keep going like this all the way along the edge. This seam will be right on the side of the top, not on the back but under your arm. When you reach the end, make chain 1 and cut the yarn. Now we are ready to keep working on the rest of the top. If you don't want to twist your top, you can just leave it as a plain rectangle, or you can make a little gather in the middle instead. Just take a small piece of yarn, view it through all the rows, pull it tight in the center and tie it off. You can hide the yarn or make a little bow, it's up to you. Like I said, the seam should be on the side of the top, so this twisted part needs to be right in the middle of the front. Lay it out nicely so it looks good and nothing bothers you when you wear it. Try to keep it as neat as possible without extra folds. I take a needle with the same yarn and just stitch through the stitches to secure this twisted part. On the inside, I just cut the yarn and hide the ends among the stitches, so we need to make sure this twist is really well secured. Here's what I've got so far. Now we need to flip the top upside down so that these bottom chains are at the actual bottom of the top. This way it will be easier to work from the bottom edge. This big fold or twist should be at the top. Now take your thin cotton yarn and the smaller hook, make a slip knot, insert your hook into the base of the stitches and make one chain. Then into that same stitch, make a single crochet. In each stitch we'll need to work 2 single crochet, so right now in the same stitch make the second single crochet. Into the next stitch make again 2 single crochets. Keep going like this all the way around the edge of the top until you reach the back of the top, and I'll tell you what to do next. When you reach the twist in the front, just keep crocheting up to that twist. Then insert your hook into the stitches on the other side and keep working the same way along the other side of the top. Now here's an important part. When we get to the back side of the top, the bottom part of our pattern needs to have a stitch count that's divisible by 12. So right now, I recommend you count how many stitches you have, Since we are working 2 single crochets into each stitch, your total number of single crochets should end up being divisible by 12. So the bottom pattern works out evenly. If it isn't divisible, then on the back side of the top you can add a few extra stitches, like crochet 3 single crochets into some stitches instead of 2, until your total number of stitches is divisible by 12. This is really important. For me, I ended up with only 186 stitches. Because we flipped and twisted the top in the middle, I probably skipped or lost a few stitches there, so I didn't get a perfect 200 stitches because my original chain was 100 stitches. I ended up with 186 stitches. This number isn't divisible by 12, so I need to increase my number of stitches to 192 stitches. This number is divisible by 12. So I added a few extra stitches on the back side by making 3 single crochets into some stitches to get to 192 stitches. Now we're going to join the row with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Make chain 1 and into the same chain space make a single crochet. Next make chain 5, skip 3 stitches below and into the 4th stitch make a single crochet. Chain 5 again, skip 3 stitches and in the 4th stitch make another single crochet. Keep repeating this all the way around. This will create these little arches. At the end, you should finish with a chain of 5. If you finish like that, it means you have the right number of stitches and your stitch count divides by 12, just like we need. Join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet like this. Now turn your work, and to start the next row, use a slip stitches along the chain to get to the middle of the arch. So make 3 slip stitches into the next 3 chains until you reach the middle. When you reach the 3rd chain, make chain 1 and make single crochet right into the arch. We need to start each row from the middle of an arch. Then make chain 5, go to the middle of the next arch and make a single crochet there. Chain 5 again, single crochet into the middle of the next arch, and repeat this all the way around of the 2nd row. At the end, join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, turn your work again, and slip stitch along the chain to reach the middle of the next arch. 3 slip stitches. Make chain 1, then a single crochet into the center of the arch, chain 5 again, and make a single crochet into the next arch. And now we are going to fill in the space. Right where we made the single crochet from the previous row, we are going to work 5 double crochets all into the same stitch, like this. Yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, crochet first 2 loops on the hook, then 2 more. It should look like this. Then go straight into the next arch and make a single crochet. Here's what it should look like. Next, make chain 5, single crochet into the next arch, chain 5 again, single crochet into the next arch. And we've now made 2 arches, and then we repeat the shell. In the next single crochet, work 5 double crochets all into the same stitch. Then single crochet into the next arch and repeat the same steps. chain 5, single crochet into the next arch, chain 5 again, single crochet into the next arch. We made 2 arches and the shell again. So keep repeating this pattern all the way around until you finish the row. I got to the end of the row and joined it with a slip stitch. Go with slip stitches to the middle of the arch, chain 1, make a single crochet. Next chain 5 and in the shell find the middle double crochet, it's the third one, and make a single crochet into it. Then chain 5 again and make a single crochet into the next arch. Chain 5, single crochet into the next arch again. This row is just arches, so keep repeating this pattern of chaining 5 and single crochet into the middle of the next shell or arch all the way around. In the next row we also join the round with a slip stitch, join the work and slip stitch along the chain to reach the middle of the arch again. The next row will also made with completely of arches, so work this row and the next one the same way on your own. So I did 2 rows of arches, and after these 2 rows we're going to make another row with shells. I joined the round with a slip stitch, turned my work, slip stitch to the middle of the arch, made a single crochet, then chain 5, single crochet into the next arch, chain 5 again, single crochet into the next arch. So we have 2 arches. Now into the single crochet, work 5 double crochets all in the same stitch. That's our shell, just like we did in the first shell row. Between each shell we have 2 open arches. Single crochet into the next arch. Then repeat chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, then make the shell again. So keep repeating this all the way around until you finish the row. The next 2 rows will just be arches again, 2 rows of arches, and then the next row will be another shell row exactly the same as very first shell row we did. I'll share the time codes here so you can come back to them if you need to. Just remember that between shells we need to have 2 arches. After that we just keep going, just sit down and crochet until you reach the length you want. I'm going to make mine long enough to full cover my stomach. You can adjust the length however you like, just crochet until you're happy with how it looks. If your row ended with a shell, we turn the work and just like with the arches, we slip stitch along the double crochets until we reach the middle of the shell. Then make chain 1, make single crochet and continue working arches from there. This is what I've got so far. I think I'll keep this length for the top. At the very end, just make chain 1 and cut the yarn. Now we're going to start working on the straps and the edging at the top. Here's how my top looks right now. If to count the rows with shells, I have 5 rows with shells. Now we take the same hook and yarn, make a slip knot, and on the side where the seam is, I insert my hook into the stitch and make 1 chain, and crochet single crochet right into that stitch again. Then I just work 1 single crochet into each stitch all along the top edge of the top. You can gently stretch the fabric a little. If it feels a bit tight, that's totally normal since the yarn is thinner there. But we don't need to double up our stitches or anything, so just keep crocheting as usual until you reach the twist at the front. Once you reach the twist, I crochet the last stitches here, then I work directly into the twist itself, so the fabric is folded in half, and I insert my hook right through the folded layers and make single crochets. I keep doing this, gradually working my way up until I get back to the regular stitches. When you reach the end, join the row with a slip stitch. Now we're going to do the edging. Make chain 1, then a single crochet into the same space. Next, yarn over and make a double crochet into the same stitch. Then, into the same stitch again, make another single crochet. After that, skip 1 stitch below, and in the next stitch, repeat the same pattern. Single crochet, double crochet, and single crochet into the same stitch. Skip another stitch below and keep repeating this pattern all the way around. At the end, join the row with a slip stitch, make chain 1 and cut the yarn. As you can see, I've already made 1 strap, now I'll show you how to make the second one. It's exactly the same. You need to mark with stitch markers on both front and back where your strap will go. Measure it on yourself to whatever feels comfortable. I insert my hook into the stitch I marked, grab the yarn, chain 3, and then work 4 double crochets into that same stitch. So, including the chain 3, you get 5 double crochets in total. Then I turn my work and slip stitch along until I reach the 3rd double crochet. Chain 3 again, and into the same stitch work 4 more double crochets. Turn your work again, slip stitch to the 3rd double crochet, chain 3, and work 4 double crochets again into the chain space. Keep repeating this until your strap reaches the length you want. At the end, chain 1, cut the yarn, and then using the needle, sew the strap onto the back of the top and your top will be ready. And here we have a beautiful summer top in a romantic style. I think it's perfect for summer because it slightly covers the belly, it's a bit loose and modest but not hot at all. Plus it looks really pretty and cute. I thank you for watching this video, I'm sure you did it well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or DM me on my Instagram. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, I have a lot of interesting tutorials and videos for you that you may like. And we'll see in the next video. Bye, kitties!